That'd be miserable.
Yeah, that would be weird. We were just having like a weird a weird hypothetical came up at the very end there that is now, that's all I'm pondering. This is super strange. Welcome to episode, I think this is episode 3. Three. See? Of Children of Fear, Questing Chaos. We're playing Call of Cthulhu. It's going to be awesome. Every episode, we want to highlight an APA talent, a content creator, because all of this module takes place in Swana lands, and we want to celebrate those voices. And since very recently it was the Trans Day of Visibility, I'm going to highlight. I need to stop. All I talk about is Transplaner, but I'm going to highlight Transplaner because GM Connie Chang is maybe my favorite GM out there running games. I love, except of course Thomas. GM Connie Chang is fantastic. Transplaner is fantastic. It's the entire cast is trans, which is awesome. GM Connie Chang, a Swana voice, and also a trans voice in gaming. Fantastic stuff. And if you are a GM, just watch one episode with a fight in it and watch the way that Connie runs combat. Because I love what they do with combat, with D&D combat. It's fantastic. So that is the Swana voice that we want to highlight for this episode. So last time, you met the true horror of this entire module, Terminator Guy. Which, we should have talked about in the after show, but Terminator Guy is an example of why dice are awesome. Mm-hmm. Because, if we're just telling a story, Terminator Guy never exists. But because the dice randomly turned him into an insane killing machine.
And then the lead up to it as well, of like, we get the 2 crit fumbles, and then he does that, and then he has the confidence to be like, nothing can phase me, and the dice keep reinforcing.
Yeah,
it's just like,
and now he's
a monster.
Yeah, now he's gonna be the BBEG.
But he's truly horrifying though.
But that is to me a great example of why dice are important in a game, because that random thing that you can never guess will happen, and when it does, it's just gold. Mm-hmm. That and it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you can't create it, but when it does, it's awesome. So they started out on their voyage from Peking to Cyan, and they ran into all sort. They ran into some complications along the way, and they created some complications for themselves along the way. They ran into a roadblock that Terminator Guy turned into a bloodbath.
Yeah. A good deed does not go unpunished.
It's true, yeah. But you tried to.
I tried to give them some food.
Yeah, you tried to leave food.
Vienna sausages, if I remember correctly.
Yes, the can of Vienna sausages.
The tiny weenies.
Because tonight's episode is called the Cocktail Weenie Massacre.
Yeah, the Cocktail Weenie Massacre is indeed what the. They finally, at the end of the episode, after after convincing the city guards of Cyan that they did not want to die at Terminator Guy's hands, they have made it into the city. And as they are coming to Cyan to meet with a caravanser, Mihan, who they've been given a bunch of money to put together a caravan to take them the 1,000 miles to the city, to Tunhuang, the Cave of the Thousand Buddhas. And so they're here in town to meet Mihan and provision their caravan. I'm sure nothing else will happen and everything will be fine. They are going. So it's been a little while. So I'm reminding the players and I'm reminding everybody else. They're going to the Cave of a Thousand Buddhas because Langdon Walker, the former head of the School of Archaeology at Peking University, sent a frantic telegram saying, "Send help, urgent, you are going at the behest of the current president of the School of Archaeology to help Langdon Walker out." Unfortunately, it's going to take you a month to get to Tunhuang. So
He's going to be dead by the time that we get there.
We're just there to like figure out what happened to him and come back and tell the story.
to clean up a little, yeah.
When seconds count, your reinforcements are a month away.
Yikes.
So we have here for the players a map of Xi'an. I'll post that in the Discord. Xi'an is another one of these massive walled cities. As you were coming in to the city, it was about time, sundown was approaching. And as soon as the sun goes down, this massive drum gets beaten 600 times.
Jesus Christ.
And on the 600th beat, the gates close.
Oh, well.
And so you made it into the city, and you have been taken in your little caravan. You're in 3 cars. Your little caravan. You've been taken to a hotel, the name of which kind of doesn't matter, but you know.
Hotel California.
It is not the Hotel California.
I mean, if we're gonna get a backup hotel, we need to know the names of both of them.
It's true. It's
Or
true.
we could just start the tradition now of hotel backup hotel.
Yeah,
Just
El
say
Backup.
them.
I mean, yeah, if you want to get the backup hotels going.
Number 7.
You are in. What's
No, these
Why not number
characters.
6?
These characters don't know that yet.
Pagoda. Why am I looking for?
Oh,
The Big Goose Pagoda?
yes, the big. So the big goose
We are not going to the
Which
Big
is-
Goose Pagoda.
It's actually out of town.
Uh-huh.
It's down a ways out of town. It is a pagoda that was built for and supposedly by the writer of that Bananas book that we've referenced many times.
Journey to the West.
There we go. Nick is always there with the title. The hotel is called the Kulo House, and it is probably the nicest hotel in town. And the cars pull up, and the sergeant of the soldiers, who's like a 20-year-old kid, the sergeant will tell you in Chinese that they are leaving tomorrow. That they will be leaving, going back to whatever. And Terminator guy like just looks at the sergeant and pretty disrespectfully is like, "But I don't want to leave. They are going exciting places." And the sergeant,
Oh dear.
the sergeant looks a little worried, and just says, "That's enough, Private." And they like walk off, kind of carping at each other. They are not staying at this hotel.
Yeah, I'm watching this conversation like I'm watching a tennis match.
Yeah. Well, let's make a sanity roll for Terminator guy. All right, yeah, 23. He has 25 sanity, so
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Jeez.
Yikes.
he's holding on. He will not shoot his. He will not threaten his leading officer. And so you are almost unceremoniously dumped out in front of Kulo House in kind of a. You know that rain? There's like rain where it's drops, and then there's rains where it just feels like it's straight lines.
Yes.
It's kind of that straight line rain, and it's just a constant pelting. There's no wind, so it's just straight down. Kulo House luckily has a nice awning, and a bellboy comes out to collect all of your bags.
Thank goodness.
You have rooms booked here by the university for one night. And so you step into the lobby, and the lobby is small but warm and welcoming. And you are immediately sort of any sort of like moment of comfort is shattered by an old white man who is sort of not angrily, but is cantankerously like talking with the concierge at the front desk, and he's like, "No, I'm sure of it. I know. My walking stick has gone missing, and the as you come in the door, the concierge like looks at you and says, "Well, please, come this way, Professor." And he like leads him away from you to like go and talk over to the left. And you notice on the left there's a bar that you can enter. There's no restaurant in the hotel, but there is a bar. And then the restaurant, the hotel is 2 stories. And so the bellboy will actually bring you in and have you sign the guest book. And then unless you want to like try and listen or whatever to the conversation they're having, the concierge has successfully calmed the guy down a little. Oh, that's good. So he's not, you'd have to like try and listen to that.
Well, I mean, if people here are stealing walking sticks.
I looked at you when that was
I'm
said,
like-
because I was like, you're in danger, man.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I need my walking stick. I mean, I'm not going to be obtrusive, but
All
I
right.
would like kind of hobble over, like stand like next to a wall or something and try and listen around the corner just to see if.
Sure, yeah, give me a listen roll.
Oh, damn it, that's right, I can't listen. We established this already.
I mean, we already knew you don't listen.
Yeah, but we're talking about, okay, so no, I didn't make it, but let me confirm that. Where's the listen skill? So hard to
Alphabetical.
find. Yeah, not even close.
All right, so I'll offer you a choice.
Push the
Either,
roll, push it.
I mean, if you want to, I mean, it'll get you a bit. Then you can use the bit.
I'm only going to use the bit if it's a roll at disadvantage.
All right. So yeah. So you're gonna like now it's gonna be obvious that you are listening.
Well, so here's the thing. If there's like one of those big plants nearby, maybe I could scooch it.
I love it. I love it.
Walk the plant in.
So is that a stealth roll? Try and nudge that along and...
So if you're pushing, you have to roll the same skill.
Oh, but they're the same value.
Oh,
So I think it's just thematic.
yeah, sure. All right. So the 3 of you get about 4 steps up with the bellboy when you hear a well, duh! And a large porcelain vase hit the ground.
Oh. I'll just turn around.
Worse.
And you
And I'm going to like semi-fakely like clutch my leg. Because like, I
Somebody stole my walking stick.
It's an epidemic of cane stealing around here.
the concierge immediately says, Professor Johnson, I'm so sorry, but I must go and deal with this. And he's like, well,
Does he sound American or?
Yes.
Okay.
yes, he is distinctly American. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a haram.
It's hard to tell in that voice. It could be like a weird British.
So the professor goes into the bar, sort of grumbling, and the concierge, are you all right?
Just took a little...
He's speaking
spill.
very good English.
Yeah, I'm very sorry about that.
Oh, no, please. I'm sorry it was in your way. And he'll like he'll like, he snaps his fingers and the bellboy comes over and starts cleaning up and then he'll take you all up to your rooms. There's a room for the gentlemen and a room for the ladies. I'm guessing that Tiger will stay with you.
You're probably under our bed.
Tiger is like not feeling great. So, like might stay and lay down while you guys, and also, you know, as much as Tiger wants to go to the bar, you don't want Tiger to go to the bar.
No,
Yeah.
we'll make up the sofa for him and tuck him in.
I
Okay.
would say maybe it's the guilt about unleashing that monster, but
I don't think.
That would-
I don't
no.
think Tiger feels guilty.
That would require Tiger to have
Yeah,
a
that's-
conscience.
I was projecting. I'm sorry.
And so you settle in, and the concierge will say that, you know, if you he can recommend some restaurants if you want to go to dinner.
What time is it about?
It is the gates just closed, so it is you know 6 o'clock.
It's eating time.
Okay.
It's September 24th now, so it's, you know, there's a little bit of a fall crispness in the air. It's a little chilly. The rain has not let up, so the concierge will he says I can suggest restaurants that are close by. Or if you wish to take a why have I blanked on the name of the stupid pedicabs?
Rickshaw.
Rickshaw. If you'd like to take a rickshaw.
Is there takeout? Is there any place that will deliver food to us here?
No, I'm afraid not.
This is an amazing service. You should really think about implementing it.
Yes, if there's any restaurants close to here that good service and relatively quick, that would be lovely if we could get some recommendations.
Yes, of course, of course.
Thank you.
The Great Wall is one of our nicest restaurants,
Oh, wonderful. Yes.
and it's and he'll give you directions. It's pretty close by.
Okay.
Good.
So yeah, you.
I think I would like to talk to the professor and just kind of go into the bar, get
Yeah.
a drink, and do some small talk.
Yeah, when you come in, he'll say, "Oh, it's so nice to to see some Western faces here. Good to hello. I'm Thaddeus Johnson. I'm a professor at Miskatonic University."
No.
Ringing in Dmitry Popovich. Pleasure to meet you.
Are you one of them Russians or them Russians?
I escaped the head hole.
Ah, okay. You're one of the. Oh, you're the one of the good ones. Okay.
Yes. I couldn't help but over here there was a theft.
There was, yeah. My walking stick, which was a person. I found it about a decade ago. I bought it. It's very personally valuable to me. It's a beautiful piece. There's it's the head of the stick is it looks like jade, but it's actually malachite. And it's carved in the head of an octopus.
Can I make a roll?
You can always make a roll.
I have 5%
Actually,
in
let's turn that
occult.
around. Can you make a roll?
Yeah, no.
All right.
I did not 70 out of 5.
I mean, there's so many, yeah.
Yeah. An octopus. That is a very interesting. Is it the malachite? You said is
Yeah.
it fragile?
No, it's quite sturdy. It's quite sturdy. In my younger days, this is 10 years ago, it was in case I needed some help, but now I need it to walk.
And where did it go missing?
Well, it was in my room.
And
I woke up this morning and no walking stick.
Has it ever walked out on you in anywhere else?
Walking stick. No, it's not that kind of stick.
Are you sure?
Yeah. What? No, I've never. This stick means so much. It means a lot to me. I always keep it by my bedside, and I know where it is always. But it's gone now.
And you didn't hear anyone in your room, or no one woke you up, or you did not wake up.
Make me an appearance roll.
Oh.
Is that even a thing?
Yes, it's APP up in your
Yeah.
stats.
Oh, okay. Yeesh. No.
He's like, well.
Well, you know what?
Do you wanna?
I'll inspire it.
Sure.
I get a 40% chance.
Sorry.
These dice suck. No.
You should roll Birds of Paradise.
You should. I have these gorgeous CBT dice. I am not saying the whole thing. It's long.
CBT dice.
Like super tit, like.
All right, I take it back. If we play a superhero role-playing game,
There you go.
No, Andrea posted to the Birds of Paradise Facebook group just the random names of birds that there are.
the weird thing is it's singular. That's the weird part of that superhero name. The other one's quite normal, but one of them,
Which one?
only evil knows for sure.
Oh no! I regret everything.
There is a bird out there called that. I know.
Yes.
there is.
Yes, there.
Someone's
yes,
sarcastic enough to do that.
So you're like, he sort of, you get the sense that he is not warming up to like, I'm gonna tell you things that I wouldn't tell a normal person.
Gotcha. Yeah. Anyway, yes, the word. we're going to head out to dinner if you are interested in joining us. We are with the Peking University, and we're traveling to the Cave of a Thousand Buddhas.
Oh, what an amazing sight. Even after Oral Stein took a bunch of that stuff, there's still everything there is amazing. I've not been in some time, and I've heard it's fallen into a little bit of disrepair. That they housed a bunch of refugees there last year, and so there's been some vandalizing and things like that. But it's fantastic. Well, I'm here in town studying at the Wild Goose Pagoda.
Oh.
Reading everything I can there.
How big is the goose at that pagoda? I mean, is it like?
Well, so the goose is actually a reference to the stories.
Oh, okay.
It's not, and often Chinese is an allegorical language, and in this case, it is so as well. But it is the building itself is fantastic. It's beautiful, and so it is. There's a temple that houses most of the written works, and then there's the pagoda that's about 6 stories high, and you can climb up it. And as you climb up at the top, you will see inscribed in the walls the names. So when this was the imperial capital centuries ago, when you passed the administrative exams, the civil service exams, they would climb to the top of this temple and carve their names in the walls. And so you can see hundreds of years of these collected names. It's fantastic to see.
How long have you been in town?
I've been here about 2 weeks.
Any big discoveries?
Well, no, I'm reading slow going, but I'm hopeful that as I'll be able to find some works in there because there are thousands of works in there. Some of them in Hindu, some of them in Sanskrit, many of them in Chinese, and I'm hopeful that there's something in there that no one has seen before.
Well, best of luck to you, Professor.
You're very kind. And you said dinner, huh?
Yes.
Well, sure. I'd love to come along.
Very good.
Do you have a walking stick I can borrow?
I don't think so.
Oh, well. Then I might slow you down a little.
I don't think I have a walking stick.
Well, hold on. Another one of these and I'll be up to speed. And he downs a shot. And you notice there are like 3 glasses there. There are 3 shot glasses there.
My companions are really going to thank me for this.
Yeah, thanks. That's the right word.
So you come down and you see Dimitri and the old guy sort of waiting. And the old guy is like sort of monologuing Dimitri. And like as you come down, he's like, and that guy, he points at the concierge, thinks that I mislaid my walking stick. I didn't mislay it. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I lose things.
Do you want to take a quick look around your room one more time?
No.
Okay, then. My companions are here.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome.
Ladies.
This is Helen, Gwendolyn,
Greetings.
Jared, Eugene.
I'm glad the kid isn't here. He would not like the kid.
I love that you're looking at our nameplate on the stream to remember what our names are.
Yes.
Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Professor Thaddeus Johnson from Miskatonic University.
Miskatonic, where exactly is that located?
That's in Arkham,
Oh,
Massachusetts.
oh, right.
Ivy League.
Excellent. I have not had the privilege of visiting. I'm over from Oxford.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm in town studying the works of Huan Xiang at the Wild Goose Pagoda.
Oh, is that a name that rings a bell for me?
He's the writer of and the creator of that pagoda.
Oh, okay.
Wild or big? Which one are we talking about?
This is the Wild Goose
Wild.
Pagoda.
Okay.
The Wild Goose Chase Pagoda.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I might have to visit that. It sounds like a wonderful place.
Well,
I'm
that's
a curator for the Smithsonian.
Oh, nice. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. You didn't happen to see a walking stick around, did you?
I'm afraid not. What exactly does it look like, though?
Well,
We'll
it's
keep an eye out for it.
It's a very nice inlaid dark wood, and then the head is a jade octopus.
Jaded octopus. All right. Well then, we will.
Yeah, it's hard to miss.
It's very distinctive. We'll keep an eye out.
I'm gonna roll a cult.
Okay.
See if it pops into my head.
Okay.
I'm just glad to hear
No.
it sounds like it's something valuable and some miscreant isn't just like, I'm going after people with walking sticks.
Yeah. Nope, didn't make it.
All right. I mean, there's all sorts of octopus stuff, you know.
Right, but it was one of those things that I figured I would
And
want
he
to know.
like he'll do a little walking stick talk with you, and then when he finds out that you actually like were injured and require it, he gets a little like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm just old.
Well, I believe we were going out to dinner. Would you care to join us, Professor?
Oh, you're very kind. I'd love to. Thank you. Thank you.
Certainly.
Right.
So always good for expats to gather together.
Yeah, of course. And he'll if you're walking, he'll pull out. Oh wait, he doesn't. The umbrella he'd use. The hotel will offer you a couple umbrellas.
Yeah.
And you actually make me a group luck roll. So.
You're so mean to me.
That's a success.
I got it, yes.
Yeah,
Okay, that's 2.
Wait.
Very
yeah,
good.
there's no. Yeah.
All right, every success is an umbrella you get from the hotel.
Oh, good. 88 out of 9.
All right, so you get 3 with 3 umbrellas. You can pretty much cover everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm moving relatively slow, so
The professor will walk with you. Yeah, you're about my speed. And actually, make me a
dice roll.
a social skill. Offer me probably not intimidate. So if that's the way you want to go.
I think charm might be...
Yeah, make me a charm and with advantage, with a bonus stuff.
Boo. Okay, so that's a 4.
Oof.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So he warms up to you almost immediately, and he'll tell he's like, yeah, I don't like admitting it in front of these kids, but I mean maybe I mislaid it. I did have a couple drinks last night, and I had I had some. It's been a while since the bed spun like that, but the bed definitely spun, and
I know walking around, even if I've had a few drinks, like I still needed to get around.
Yeah.
Are you able to walk okay without it after you've had
I mean,
some?
it's not. I don't enjoy it, but I can do it.
I mean, it's one of those things where I wouldn't think, for me at least, it's just a habit to keep it with me, and
Yeah.
it sounds like it's the same
I
for
never,
you.
yeah, I've never misplaced it. I did have, between you and me, and this is probably the, they've got this, it's almost like their version of grain alcohol. It's terrible, but oh God, it's good. But I had a couple of those, and this is probably that talking, but I had some weird dreams last night. One of them, I was watching a bunch of little people juggling my toiletries and dancing around with my cane. And then they ran off with it.
I'll describe the little people from the vision I had. I had a dream once. They took my cane.
That is weird.
They took it out the window.
Yeah. Do you think these little people stole my cane?
Either that or it's incredibly good grain alcohol.
I mean, it is that. Well, where would little people go?
Did you?
The big
I know. In my dream, I was able to chase them for a while. I'm looking around the streets now. It's dark and it's rainy.
It's dark and it's rainy. You can make a spot hidden roll, but you'll have a penalty die.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if.
Use
oh,
a
nice. Yeah, penalty. So that's a disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
All right then.
Well, why don't you wait until
Because how am I gonna get a critical fumble that way? I've really got to hedge. Damn it!
You made it?
12.
Oh,
Whoa! Wow. All right.
But I can spend the bits anyways to re-roll it, right?
No.
No.
We're not going to second
So,
it.
yeah, someone has to second
What's
it.
the roll that I make?
Can I second it? Spot
No,
hidden.
no, you can't.
Spot hidden.
Maybe
Spot
next
hidden.
time.
Spot
Maybe
little
next time.
things.
Yeah, hard success.
What you spot is there are like urchin children all over this town. There are and you know they you know, I don't want to cast aspersions, but they look like the sort of children that would steal things.
That's what children do. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We have one in our group.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
no-
If Tiger is any indication, these kids are right up Tiger's alley.
Not wrong.
Well, I mean, maybe, and I'm looking around now and thinking, well, maybe with enough to drink, your mind played tricks on you at some of these urchins.
You think some kids snuck into my room
I mean,
and stole my cane?
how hard? Like, so. I guess we're far enough away, but I'm trying to remember if, like, do any of these buildings look terribly scalable to those
Oh yeah, this
Gee.
entire like everything here is very ramshackle and scalable, and you know it's all tile roofs and that sort of thing.
And the hotel's only 2 stories.
Yeah.
If only Tiger was here to like tap into the market and see who's selling that cane. That
Man.
would be the.
Well,
yeah,
that's
you might
what?
wanna
That's a
look
great
into it.
idea. Figuring out who the fence in town is, because it's a very distinctive cane.
It's not a bad idea, right? I mean, we have
You're now at dinner. You're sitting there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, we're
We have
gonna
some
be,
things
we're
to
gonna be
trade, do we
Busy.
not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can offer advice, but we've only got the room for a night. We've got to get the caravan formed.
Right, we're getting the caravan all put together tomorrow so that we can get out, so that we can get on our way. It is going to be a very long trip after
Oh,
all.
it could take them days to build to set the caravan up.
Well, we're going to have to find another hotel or figure
Oh,
out how much-
I'm the only person staying in that place
why is no one else staying there?
because we're in the middle of nowhere. And because locals can't afford to stay at a hotel. You know, the farmers that are coming into town can't afford to stay at the Kulo house.
What if those little kids come in there and steal my cane?
Your cane isn't very nice.
Doesn't matter. I had the dream.
I had the dream too.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
The dream that little kids came in, danced around my room, went through all my toiletries, and juggled my shaving cream, and then took my cane and danced out the door.
I'm gonna have to cram it under my mattress or something while I sleep.
Ow. Very Princess and the Pea there.
Oh, they'd find it. These kids,
I'm on top of it though. They'd have to push me off.
they might kill you.
Over a simple wooden cane, why would they bother?
I mean, well, if you hide it well enough, if they're looking for it,
Yes.
maybe leave money out. They'll take the money and leave you alone. But they didn't take anything else from my room. And they put all my toiletries back exactly like they were.
So they only took something that would give you a disadvantage.
Something that would slow you down.
Yes.
I guess. I mean, or
Was worse.
yeah, okay, that's true. So, like, what do these kids have against me?
They're just little sadists.
Well, what?
Now, were they kids or were they like little creatures?
Well, no, he's right. I bet they're kids.
Yeah, it's probably just, you know, when you've had a bit to drink.
I thought they
half
were-
awake state, and you're half dreaming, half awake.
I thought they were little people.
Like
Like a foot tall or?
brownies
4 feet
from the old stories?
No, like, you know, like Tiny Tim kind of thing.
Oh.
But, you know, they were pretty well dressed.
Who is Tiny Tim?
Yes.
Oh, Tiny.
Did he have a cane?
No. Tiny Tim was just a little guy. He was like 2 feet tall.
He was are you talking about the Dickens?
Scrooge?
Yeah.
Oh.
The child.
Oh.
Oh, he was a kid, wasn't he?
He was a child.
You know, I'm old and sometimes get this messed up. But what was the guy P.T. Barnum had? He had a guy named Tiny Tim.
Oh.
What, he had the mermaid.
He had a lot of people.
Yeah, the Freak Show.
Yeah, that.
Yes.
Yes.
Did we see any little people when we?
Well, he's pointed out, yeah, like if you
Children.
ask, he'll like,
Children.
yeah, there are lots of children around, and these kids are like homeless and like if the weather were better, they'd probably be begging. So instead, they're just like looking. They're like looking in the gutters. They're hoping something gets washed up. They're, you know, these kids seem pretty desperate.
But you said that the little people in your dream, they were well dressed.
Yeah. Nice robes.
Robes?
Yeah.
What sort of robes?
Robes.
I mean, like a bathrobe or a university
you know,
robe or...
nice Chinese robes.
I'll describe some of the clothes as well as I can from my
That
vision.
yeah, so it's like when robes, but they're definitely like looser and they're belted at the waist and then kind of fan out. So it's almost like a jacket more.
Interesting.
But it's definitely some nicer clothes.
Is there anything in like mythology kind of that I can?
Yes,
roll
I was
for?
going to say, this sounds like something I would
Yeah, you
know.
can all make an occult roll, sure.
Or,
I can certainly attempt.
Yeah.
I was trying to think
Or
of
you can offer me a
something
roll
else.
if you want to.
Nah.
Yeah, I think...
I mean, 17 is not a bad roll. It's just not 5.
Nope.
Spend some luck.
I will kill you.
That is never going to get old.
Speaking of which, J Matthews 85 with 500 bits to Ren.
Oh, because she didn't have any luck.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll happily take the kindness of my friends.
It's a
over-
rerun.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's the one at the bottom that we deleted.
Oh.
You can make the everybody else.
What are we rolling?
Occult?
No.
Okay.
I was trying to think of
Yeah, there's
anything
man.
else.
Thieving little people is a rich genre in all mythology. So yeah, you have a very nice dinner. There are dumplings to start things off. There's some rice dishes. There's noodles. There's a whole fish.
Oh.
Whole fish.
Yeesh.
While we're eating, though, I want to ask him. So, what exactly are you studying at the Pagoda?
Hyun Sang brought back a bunch of texts from India
Really?
that were around his travels, and were comparing Indian Buddhism with Chinese Buddhism and comparing and contrasting. Really interesting stuff. And so I'm really looking at the currently the works in Hindu and also some that are in Tibetan, because the Tibetan Empire used to rule this area as well. And it's fascinating to see how the various sects of Buddhism have kind of intermingled and changed each other.
So does it talk about the various rituals that they go through and how they've changed?
Yeah, although Buddhism is not a ritualistic.
They do have some things that are. It's like ritualistic.
Yeah, but
Especially in
it's
Hindu.
much more solitary and inward. There's a lot more. There's a lot more. Sort of working on yourself and that sort of thing versus let's all sit in a corner and hum. That still happens, you know. There's massive monasteries full of monks and that sort of thing. But this is mainly about the solitary travels of Hyun Sang.
So, is there anyone else who is studying these sorts of things who you might consider a rival, someone who might want to send a pack of street urchins to slow you down?
I
mean,
think I'm the only
academia-
person in
academia
that
can be,
library.
That's fair.
There's really not anybody. So by and large, and you're going to the Cave of 1,000 Buddhas, right? You'll
Yes.
find that the Chinese government, to the extent that exists, doesn't really understand it doesn't really understand the value of its history. And so for instance, I referenced Sir Mark Aurel Stein earlier. In 1900, the caretaker, there's one Buddhist monk at the Cave of 1,000 Buddhas who is the caretaker, and Mark Aurel Stein convinced him. He found the caretaker found the library room. I'm sure you've heard of the library room. You would definitely have heard of it, and you would have definitely heard of the library room. It was literally like a cave-in found a new cave, and this cave contained just thousands of manuscripts, statues, all this stuff, including the oldest known written book, the Diamond Sutra. And you both know the name Sir Mark Orlstein. He's an English archaeologist who swindled this poor monk out of hundreds of documents from the library room, paying a penny. He paid a total of like £100 for all of this stuff. Basically convincing the guy that the government, these would waste away unless he let him take them. That was so Orlstein bought all of those, and the caretaker immediately regretted it, and so now you can't get anything out of there.
What a shame. Do we know where those works ended up?
The British Museum.
Tiana the player is highly unsurprised by this.
Yeah. That's why Mark Orlstein is now Sir Mark Orlstein.
Sure.
Yes.
What a shame. There's so much interesting information there, I'm sure. What a shame that they're not willing to he's not willing to share it.
Well, I look at this a little differently than most of my contemporaries. I would rather these works stay in their native lands, cared for at a high level, and if the West needs to help with that care, then we figure out how to do that. But I think removing all of these works from this area is the reason. It's not going to help the Chinese government come to appreciate its past. That's really what we should head for.
Agreed. Things like that should be in a local museum, and then we could go and study it there.
Yeah.
Do you think that though the corruption and the warlords that are around here, do you think that it is safe to have them here? Would they just be destroyed
Or stolen and sold.
Yes.
Well, I mean, the big advantage here in China is that most of this stuff is so remote, and it's been lost for a thousand years, so most people don't know where it is. It's really the local governments. He'll explain. There's a term "omban." The omban is the local governor. But the governor is governors are more like mayors, and kind of every city is sort of a fiefdom of its own. Like there are these whole city-state things right now because the central government has. And he's like, if you've got an omban who you can work with, then things are better. If you don't, then I know for a fact that there's a lot of Chinese scholars who are hiding a lot of stuff.
That makes sense, but still it would be nice to have in a place we could all see it.
Well, maybe someday. That would be lovely. But until then.
So for dessert, they bring you these sesame egg custard buns. That are the most remarkable thing about them is that each plate comes with two buns. One is just a regular pork bun, and one is that sesame custard bun. They look exactly the same.
This is a terrible trick.
Well, actually, what this is it's supposed to show you the dichotomy of the sweetness from the pork bun and the sauce there mingles so well with the sweetness and the sort of a little bit of tartness of the egg custard.
So we
But-
took a bite and a bite and a bite.
Yeah, that's right.
Ah,
All right, well then.
let's try.
And it's everything you've eaten has been fantastic. And the meal ends up being $2 silver for a feast, not a piece. Total.
Stars. Okay.
I'll chip one.
As the bill comes, you see Professor Johnson is like,
Yeah, no, we
Oh,
invited
yeah,
him.
we invited him. We'll cover it.
Who got the second one?
Sure, I'll get it.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, does that fall under spending level, or is that?
Yeah, put it under spending level. That's actually fine because
Yeah.
it's like the takeaway here is that you just got a great meal for just a steal.
Very little, yeah.
You are in, you're kind of out in the middle. Even though Xi'an is a relatively big city, this is not like Peking. This is much more rural China, and everything here is, everything here is different. Their approach to everything, their prices, that sort of thing. As you're walking back to the hotel, there are more people out on the streets. People are going home after whatever's going on. And everybody make me a luck roll.
Something I want to do
You're so
while I'm
mean.
chatting with him. The fact that the clothing was recognized, I kind of
yeah.
want to make sure that he's not just agreeing with the descriptions and see if I can get him to describe the clothes, because
All right.
that's very distinct and that
Okay.
gives
Yeah.
me the uncomfortable.
So roll this first, and then we'll roll something else.
5.
No? Okay.
Whoa.
How much did you miss it by?
So 28 out of 9.
How much
so
did you
19.
miss it by?
74, 41.
Okay.
Wow.
Do we want to? Yeah, I missed my 41.
Okay. So make me a psychology roll first off.
I mean, we can re-roll yours so you miss it by less at least.
Nah, it's fine.
Oh man.
Oh no.
I've
I
got
did
a
not
pistol.
roll the necessary
You're about to regret
10.
that.
Okay. You sort of have the feeling that he is, like, he's definitely agreeing with you a lot.
But if I can get him to even describe like a hat that I didn't mention, like, oh, and then this one had a hat.
Oh, yeah,
kind
so-
of, and then he's like, oh, it looked like this, and I'm like, that matches like this.
Yeah, 100%.
Is
He
not
is
hallucination.
describing the children you saw.
Yeah.
He is, sorry, not the children. He's describing the clothes that you saw.
Yeah.
Like very, very directly.
Without me
and he's like,
prompting
and they were
him.
blue. That, like that sort of thing. You you're walking along, and you're sort of walking through a group of people, and you feel the most ham-handed, bad attempt at stealing something from you that you have ever seen. So, like, this hand is just like,
Please let it be Tiger.
Is it? Does it? I'm gonna react. I'm gonna try and grab the hand.
or you grab it. Yeah.
Okay.
But they rolled a 99. So you grab it, no problem.
And what is it?
It is a small girl. Well, it's a small child covered in filth, but you're pretty sure it's a little girl, maybe like 9. And she just like looks up at you with eyes that are immediately water.
Well, yeah, it's still raining.
And in Chinese, she just starts saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
I'm gonna pull a silver dollar and just.
I'm gonna hold his hand, and in Chinese, I'm gonna go up to her and I'm gonna describe the walking stick and ask if she's seen it.
She's really confused.
And then I'm
But I'm
going
just
to
gonna
just
wait-
like
I'm just gonna wait
just so
for-
only she can see a silver dollar.
All right, her eyes get wide,
And I point.
and she's like,
And if you don't know, do you know who we would ask?
oh. She will, she'll say she's not seen anything like that. Excuse
Could
me.
have gone missing from somebody's
But-
room.
But if someone wanted to find it,
Yeah, she'll say, she'll say that there is a trader, a merchant, who has recently. She'll say like, Sina has started selling more things that no one knows where they came from.
okay, and I'll
And I say, try not to steal.
And that she grabs the silver dollar, and she's just standing there, just like staring at it, and she's just like, thank you, thank you, thank you.
thank you.
And unless you want to ask her anything else or anything, she will scurry away.
Well, do we know who this person
Yeah.
is?
Do we know where to find the cyan person?
Oh,
Is that-
Sina? She'll tell you where his stall is usually in the market
Okay. During the day.
during the day.
Okay.
And I'll pass that along. I don't know. I assume he speaks some Chinese.
He speaks very little.
Well, then I'll explain.
My Hindu is better.
And I'll have to say something to him.
Yeah, and I'll say something very badly to him. And
That's about like my Chinese.
there you go. But yeah,
You know, it's very Buddhist. It's in the present tense. Everything happens now. I live in the moment. I don't know how to do the past tense in Chinese.
So I'm going to spend the rest of the walk back a little bit more observant.
But
Yeah.
I am gonna tell him what the
She
girl
rolled a
said
99.
about like looking in the market for Sinod. He has stuff as of late that no one knows where it came from. You might find your walking stick there.
Okay. Thanks.
And if you like, once we've gotten through the process of beginning putting our caravan together, we can probably go with you if you like.
Oh, I'd appreciate that. Yeah. You, I'm, at least one of you's carrying a gun, so.
And we speak Chinese, so we can.
Oh, that would be very helpful. Yes.
We can assist in.
Almost as helpful as the gun.
Hopefully, we'll get to the point where we don't need the gun. I would prefer that very much.
Dimitri rebuttons his jacket.
Glare sideways at him.
No, it's like I'm going to say I'm going to say to Hindi and to him, you always need a gun.
It's just like, and then you're like,
Yeah.
All right. Well, well, thank you. That was lovely. I really enjoyed that. And yeah, I'd appreciate if you'd go with me to that Sinah character.
Yes, we'll be going in and getting our caravan put together first thing in the morning, I think. So perhaps we meet up for lunch and go and chat with this fellow.
Okay. Sure.
Sounds good.
Well, you're an excellent dinner companion,
Oh,
Professor.
you're very kind. It was enchanting. He's heading for the bar.
Cool. I'm going to my room.
I'm going to the
the
bar.
room.
I'm going to the bar.
I'm gonna secure my walking stick.
I'll hang out in the bar with Helen. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So he'll buy you both a drink. It's like I'm living on a fixed income, but I'm still, you were very kind, and he'll tell you stories about the old days in.
I ask him about his colleagues at the college. If there's anyone in particular that is really
Damn librarian.
Yeah.
He'll talk about the. He'll tell you stories about. He's mainly an academic. It's only in retirement. He's now retired. It's only in retirement that he's really traveled. But he'll tell you, if you ever go to Miskatonic, in the library, there's a section in the basement that they keep in a cage.
Ooh.
And the books in there, man, there's some freaky stuff in there.
When we say freaky stuff, what do you mean?
I mean, like the kind of books that give you a headache after you read them. But also make you experience new vistas. And understand things that man was not meant to understand.
like a math book.
But women would be able to understand, right?
I
had to make a joke.
So, yeah, if you're ever in Miskatonic,
Ooh.
ask them if you can see the forbidden books. They won't let you. But, ask them. It's fun to watch them get annoyed that somebody knows about it.
That sounds fascinating.
Yes. So okay.
But yeah, that he'll like tell stories way too late into the night. He gets almost falling down drunk, and he doesn't quite crawl to his room. He's like, usually I got a walking stick to help me. This is harder, and he's just like kind of stumbling his way up the stairs.
I am not going to try to help him.
My guess is we're not going to the stall in the early morning.
Yeah, you two will probably sleep in.
Yes.
But he will definitely sleep in. And so in the morning, you two wake up. Well, actually, both of you make me con rolls.
Oh yeah.
It's
a regular.
All right,
I got a hard success.
You're both feeling surprisingly good
I got
in
a
the
hard
morning.
success.
It's a little. You get up a little late, but you are up with at your normal time, and you're feeling great.
Did I manage to fortify my room against tiny intruders?
Yes, nothing has made it into your room. The little string you put across the window is still there.
But is his cane still there?
The cane is still
definitely, but no, they put the hair across. All the
spy tricks.
out to see if anything.
What is something you brought that means a lot to you, but is not necessarily worthy? worth a lot.
My necklace. It's from my mother. It's not worth a lot, but it's worth it to me.
Okay, so in the morning, your necklace is gone. In its place are 4 clay coins. Yeah.
What?
Like right where it was sitting, there are 4 clay coins.
What's wrong, Helen?
Oh, my mother's necklace brooch. It's gone. But there's coins here.
Pick up one of the coins and look at it, like flipping it front to back.
You can make an archaeology roll.
Ooh. Something I'm actually decent at. Ought 8. So that is, where's archaeology? That is a critical success.
All right, so these are these are clay representations of super old Chinese coins. They are the circle with the square cut out, and they are you got a heart. Yeah, okay, with a heart says
I got a critical success.
a critical. They seem like pan liang, which are money that you money that you put in a tomb so that the person who died has money in the afterlife. So it's clay, it's fake clay money that you put in a tomb when you bury someone. And you would also know that this outside of Xi'an is just all burial mounds, like ancient burial mounds.
So you two are dead.
Did I have a dream or anything?
Nope. You
Okay.
you were just you were just nicely drunk.
Yeah.
Helen, can I ask something of an insensitive question?
Yes.
Please.
Tiger cutting this up.
Yes. Is your mother still alive?
No. That's why I have this, or had this, I should say.
Because those are replicas of burial coins.
But I didn't bury her with them.
No.
But they're burial coins? So they paid me like I was dead?
No. More like someone in the afterlife was you used them to pay.
Oh.
Or at least these were replicas of them. The other ones are they're metal, the real ones.
Oh.
replicas.
Replicas. So they're
Copies.
not worth anything.
I suppose it depends. I mean,
But they took it. Wait. Things that mean something to you, like a cane.
sure.
I wonder if he got any coins for his cane.
That's an excellent question. We should ask him about that later.
Oh. But I'm going to look around. I'm going to totally trash them. I'm
Yeah,
gonna trash
you
them.
can't.
I'm going to look around.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there's
look around
no
hard
sign
time.
there's no sign of any entrance into your room.
Yeah, I'm just holding these coins and looking at them, pondering what this could mean. Just
Well, I mean, it's okay. So they're Chinese. They're not Hindu, so I don't have as much
Right.
background, but I'm learning about this stuff. So, all right, well, I'm going to try to learn. Would you like to keep 2 of them, and I'll keep 2 of them, and we can...
you go ahead and keep them. I know what they look like. And they were the payment to you. I'm sorry.
We have to get out of this place. We are going to leave this place, right?
We are. We're going to be leaving it hopefully fairly soon. We'll be finding out when the caravan's going to leave. I don't know if this has any bearing on it, but there are a lot of burial mounds outside of this city. And given the sorts of things that we have encountered in the past,
Maybe they're not all resting.
it's entirely possible. I mean, we should probably. All right, how about this, Helen?
Yes.
Once we get the caravan started going, once things are starting to get put together and we have a look at the stall, we'll have a look at the stall and see if your necklace is there, as well as the professor's cane, but also start doing some research about little people in well-made robes. Maybe there's some kind of
Yes.
maybe there's some kind of folk tale.
We can't call the episode "Little People in Well-Made Robes," but I really want to.
sorry.
Yes, no, it's
Jackass
perfect.
4.
Oh no!
We could put, the payment was due or something like that. Yes.
Oof, goodness. But we can start doing some research. Is there a library in this area, or would we want to go to that
We need to
pagoda?
go to Wild Goose.
I mean, the pagoda is very specific. You could
Sure.
probably find a Chinese library, although a lot of. Make me an intelligence roll. An intelligence roll.
Okay.
You can both make it, sure.
26 is a hard success.
Ooh.
You both.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
So
that's
yeah, you both
19.
realize that this is the sort of thing that you want to ask an old Chinese person about. Not a library will not have the information that you want. Some old Chinese person will spin
have
you
the
a
story.
yarn. That,
Sure. So maybe the good professor did point out, and he's probably correct, that it's going to take several days to get the caravan put together. So once we've established where we're, paid for the rooms for the rest of the time that it'll take to get the caravan put together, we can start looking for someone who's willing to spin a tale. Perhaps someone who's selling, handmade dumplings out of a little side alley.
When we go to the
To the market.
to the market, maybe we can find someone who has trinkets, and then maybe they would know.
Perhaps. We'll want to look for someone who's older.
Yes, but wouldn't the people at the pagoda know?
What they said is very specific. It's very focused kind of research. It's like going to a geology museum and asking about history.
Oh, okay. All right, we have a plan. Thank you.
You're welcome. Try to breathe. We'll figure it out.
Do we tell the others?
Yes, I think we really should.
Okay. I can do
because-
this. I can do this.
Because it seems there's a second item that is not particularly valuable, but has gone missing. We should ask the professor if he got some of those coins.
Yes.
But we should also keep items that are personally important to us closer about our person, so at least there's a chance that we'll wake up if someone tries to take it from us.
All right, well, I put the coins in my pocket.
All right.
Dimitri comes out of the bathroom ready to go and trips over the rope that has been across the threshold. Eugene, why?
Did I get one?
You did.
Oh, you didn't spring the snare.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well,
you see like a knife,
I'm going the only
but
two.
it's at like the head height of a 2 foot.
I mean, they do say new sucker's born every minute.
Got the basket with the little stick and everything. Right? Little piece of silver underneath it.
It's like mousetrap.
So you guys head out, and you're going to go to Mihan now, right? Is that?
Yes.
Or are you going to? Okay, so
To start putting the expedition together.
Caravan together,
right. So
And with that, I'm going to. No, I'm not going to bring the money with me. Actually, we'll negotiate the price and then work from there.
So in the morning, you hear a surprise. I don't know, surprising, but there is a very powerful and loud call to prayer from a mosque. From more than one mosque. And so this, it's clear that Xi'an has a fairly robust Muslim population. As you come to Mihan's, he's just finishing up his prayers. He is one of an indigenous. They're Asian, but they're Muslim, and then they're called the Hui. And he's an older man. He's one of those clearly lived a hard life, but is starting to fill out as he's now living less of a hard life, and has he's always smiling and has a twinkle in his eye, but the twinkle in his eye is also appraising.
Sure.
He is everything is a transaction to him.
That's fair.
and you are welcomed with cups of tea. There's hot tea, and he will use a little bit of English that he has, and it doesn't go well. And then he laughs. Pretty much all he can say is Yankee. And
As long as it doesn't say go.
Yeah, I respond in Chinese. Is this better?
oh, he smiles and he apologizes. I do not get to practice my English very much.
That's perfectly all right. There's a couple of us who can translate for the others.
Very nice, very nice.
Have a little bit.
So you wish to book a caravan?
Yes, we do. We're looking to go out to the Cave of 1,000 Buddhas.
Oh, that is a journey.
It's quite a journey.
A journey. Well, you will require guards. You'll require porters. You'll require many hoppers. And he'll.
Little shudder as he says hoppers.
Hoppers or hoppas?
Hoppers. They are two-wheeled carts.
Ah.
Very, very expensive. Very expensive. Okay. So, a month it will take.
That sounds about correct, according to what we were told.
I was going to say, how much do I understand?
Well, a month to
Yeah.
and a month back, right?
Well, we'll deal with the back later.
Well, we should deal with the back now. We don't want to get out there and then negotiating.
How long
for-
are you staying? Is this a dig? Or are you is this an expedition?
No, we're just checking.
I'll actually switch back over to English to say quietly. I mean, the problem is that we don't know, right? We don't know if he wants help with a dig, or we don't know what the situation is. We don't want to try and negotiate for a return, pay for it, and then lose the money
But
because
if we're out
he
there
needs
and
us
we're
for.
trying to negotiate going back, we're not in a good. We basically have to pay everything at that point.
I mean, that's true,
They
but
have like the cab rule of leave the car running, and
sure.
so I mean, he said it was an emergency. We're assuming that we might need to bring people back.
Sure.
Let's just
Switching.
plan around that.
Sure.
What is the number to be fluent in a language?
I think it's 50.
Yeah, it's 50%.
Okay. I don't get most of that.
Oh, for English.
I am just fluent in English. I made my education check with my age.
I just kind of realized this character is not fluent in English or Chinese.
Oh, you're fluent in what? Oh, yeah.
Russian.
Well, yeah, it's his own native language.
Yeah.
But yeah, you probably get most of it, right?
We're not discussing any complex
Yeah.
concepts.
Yeah. Talking about, being...
Do the
Well, particularly difficult because it's American and English. So
the
difficult.
caravan needs to return anyway, whether we're with it or not,
But
right?
we might need to bring more back than what we take with us, which means that the return trip might be.
I don't think we're taking anything from this place.
Well, no.
People.
Bodies.
He'll in Chinese, he yells out "son," and a kind of younger version of him comes out, both wearing skull caps. Although in this case, skull caps are those pillbox. They wear like those pillbox hats. And he looks at you and in Chinese he says, my son speaks better English."
Yes, I'll switch back to Chinese. Yes, I'm sorry for being terribly rude.
You wish to go to the Cave of 1,000 Buddha and return.
Yes.
What is? So I would have known what's on the other if you keep going.
Yeah. So if you keep going, so Cave of the 1,000 Buddha is at Tunhuang, which is right here. If you keep going, there are basically two different versions around the desert. This is the one you came down up here. But there's another one here that goes, and these they go around the desert, and then they go around to, they basically, one goes, sort of circles over Tibet, and one keeps going up around this way. You came this way down from Russia through there.
Yeah, I suppose. Yes, we want to come back.
We have to go back to the university at some point.
Yes.
Yes, that is absolutely true.
There and back in maybe a week. Stay.
Sure, perhaps.
Oh,
hopefully-
the stay, unless we're talking a long time, the stay will not increase the price.
All right, excellent. Yes, we will. I think want to also handle the return.
Once you're there, my men will camp, and they will take care of themselves. You will be responsible for your own support at the cave.
Well, we might need to bring additional resources. It seems that there were some people there, and they might need our help. They might be low on supplies, or they might be injured.
Of course, we can add more to the bill.
Well, that's what we'll have to do.
And I'm translating quietly for these two so they can be part of the conversation.
My Chinese is as good as my English.
Cool. Well, then I'm translating for her because yours is like 15.
Yes.
So you spend about an hour kind of going back and forth with this guy. And so one of you is going to make an opposed roll with him with probably either credit rating or if you want to actually, let's call it either charm, persuade, or psychology.
Psychology. My psychology is 50.
Psychology 60.
Limited by your Chinese.
Yeah, can you speak the...
26.
So my psychology is 50.
And what's your Chinese?
67.
All right, yeah, so
you
sounds
got
like
it.
that.
You
All right,
got
so
it.
this is an opposed roll.
Okay. 21 is a hard success.
I rolled a 14, which is a critical success. So,
Do we want to...
you can't, unfortunately, you can't really beat a critical success.
No, you can't.
No.
Unless
you
you
could
got a
match
critical success.
Yeah,
right?
you could match it.
Which is
yeah.
still,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
could
I don't know,
match
it's
it.
up to you.
So
because
I'll tell you
Believe
mechanically,
it.
if you match it, then you're going to spend a little less. If you don't match it, you're going to spend more.
Okay. Do I have the option to keep the first roll if I don't like the second?
No, just
Honestly, I'm going to stick with the hard,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
hard
Yeah.
success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he will essentially quote you a price that is that entire bag that you were given and 10 silver dollars each extra. So 50 more silver dollars.
Oh, that's not a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So each of you pay 10 silver dollars. Somebody pay for Tiger. Because Tiger's not going to pay for Tiger.
Oh, son of a gun.
So wait, silver dollars are they're
I
not the
got
same
it.
as dollars, are they?
Nope. Every a silver dollar is $2. So $5 American dollars.
Okay. Well, it's under our
But I'm
spending
just
level.
working in silver.
Yeah, yeah.
so-
That's our
Yeah.
spending level.
Well, actually, if you
This is special.
No,
this
I
is-
know,
yeah.
I know. Just-
If you have, you have silver dollars, right?
Yes.
Did you get so you
Yeah.
you because they don't understand like paper money is not
Cash.
worth nothing to
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Did you get Tiger or should I?
I got Tiger.
Okay.
So yeah,
Minus
that
five.
like with that and the entire bag of cash from the
So
president is
It's,
gone.
it's like basically minus $10. 'cause
So we have to mark
double.
that down. We have to get a receipt because we take it
Yeah,
back to the...
yeah.
Oh, of course, of course.
I'll actually add an additional 10 silver dollars to sweeten the pot a bit for
Well,
to have him
yeah.
be more amenable to other
He's
bargain
like,
in the future.
I'll put more, I'll make sure there's some extra rations in there and, you'll have the best guards I've got. And because of that, my son will lead the expedition.
Oh, brilliant!
And
Thank
his
you
son
so
goes
much.
like, yes, father. But he says, my son is very capable. I'm old and though I know all the ways, I've taught my son well and he will lead you well to Tunhuang.
You have the wisdom, and I'm sure you've passed your wisdom along to him.
Yes. It will take me 2 days
2 days.
to
Excellent.
gather this much. So in 2 days, it is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it is Tuesday. So Thursday, when the gate opens, my warehouse is by the east gate, and he'll tell you where it is.
Sure.
Meet me there, and we will depart. Be prepared to leave.
Excellent.
And if something changes, you tell me. But otherwise, in 2 days, we will depart.
Wonderful.
You will depart. I will stay.
Yes, very good.
Where would you suggest? I'm assuming you have excellent channels for procuring supplies. Where would we want? Where would you recommend we go to buy supplies for ourselves?
Me?
During the camping portion of it, I think he means when we're at
We're
the
on our own.
Oh, in Tunhuang?
Yes, when we're there for that extra week while your men are
Well-
camping and we're on our own.
So the caves are about 10 miles out of town. But in Tunhuang, there is a very good man, Jay Li.
Jay Ling.
And he will give you, you mention my name, or you take my boy, he'll take care of you.
Wonderful. Your kindness is unparalleled. Thank you very much, sir.
And it will be a dangerous voyage. It's rough land, and there are stragglers, and there are. He looks a little embarrassed at you. Kind of says there are Russians who who have nothing and must take what they can. But you will have guards, and usually large caravans don't get bothered as much.
They're a much more difficult target to get away with, I'm sure.
And the name Mihan carries some weight with the. I have traveled those roads for many years.
I do have a question about local commerce.
Yes.
Do you know is it Sina? Sina?
It's Sinai.
Sina merchant in the market.
Well, yes, I know Sinai. He's well, he would he would sell his own mother if he could. But I've met his mother. Wouldn't buy her.
Right. Okay.
But are you? I mean, don't buy anything from him. I mean, his stuff is legit. He's got the real stuff, but
What kind of things does he have?
he sells knickknacks and curios, historical, old things.
Where does he get such things?
I don't know. I guess he finds them somewhere. Somebody brings them. He buys them off of returning expeditions.
They fall off the back of a truck.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you.
Of course. So 2 days.
2 days, and we will meet the expedition at the warehouse.
All right. And he starts like rattling off directions at his son.
Yeah, and we'll arrange to come back with the money.
Can I make a Chinese roll for that entire thing?
Sure, yeah.
Because I would like to make it. 1.
Damn.
You not only do you understand everything, but like at one point you like contribute, and you're like, "Don't forget water," and they're like, "Oh yeah."
We totally weren't going to bring any water across the desert.
Luckily, you will not be traveling across the desert. The desert is past Tunhuang.
Well,
Yeah.
we're not crossing the desert yet.
Yeah, we trust you so much.
As far as you know, you're not going across the desert.
Uh-huh.
So you have now gotten your caravan ready to go, and in 2 days you'll be ready to depart. And it is now, we're all ready to go to the bathroom, so it's time to go to break. So we will be back just as soon as,
I should have put a set of Birds of Paradise dice
oh,
over
look at
there.
that. I have a
Look at
set
that.
here of these beautiful Arizona sunset dice. I own this very set. And before I got the oh god, what are these?
The Seguro?
The Saguaro and
Saguaro.
the Parrot Sharks. I would roll these Arizona Sunset, and they were lovely dice.
So let's do a giveaway for those.
Yeah, sounds
Because
good.
Birds of
Oi.
Paradise make awesome dice, and if you enter hashtag chaos in the chat, you
kids.
can
Yeah.
get some.
It's focused on us. Of course, it's not gonna be able to see.
Hashtag chaos in the chat. We'll do the drawing when we come back. And we will come back as soon as... Without Amy here, the math gets faster. We'll do the math as soon as 5 people can use one bathroom and eat a bunch of Snickers.
Hey.
Thank you, Rachel.